What's up? My name is Victoria Kimani from Kenya, East Africa. Follow me on my social media handles. My Instagram is at Victoria Kimani. And shout out to Hip Hop Weekly. Thank you for having me. Mwah.
All right, Hip Hop Weekly, All Access. This is Brienne, and we're here live today with Victoria Kimani. What's going on? How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to Atlanta.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Definitely. Introduce yourself.
Victoria Kimani. I am an artist from Kenya, East Africa. And yeah, man, like I don't know how else to introduce myself, but yeah, I make music. The type of music I make is, we call it Afro pop, which is a mixture of like Afro beats and pop / R&B music. I was born in LA, but my whole family's from the motherland. And I moved back to Kenya about 6 years ago to start my music career professionally. And since I moved back, it's been crazy. Like there's been a lot of different experiences, to say the least.
Okay,
So,
nice.
Thank you.
So, what are you, currently working on now? You said you went back there to work on your music.
Yeah.
Okay, what music are you working on now?
Well, I've got 2 albums out. My first album was called Safari. The latest one is called Afropolitan. And honestly, right now I'm working on like my next projects. I'm always collaborating. I write my music, so I'm always writing, and like it's always a creative process for me. I'm also working very closely with a new cosmetic situation that I just got. Working with Maybelline in Kenya, and it's probably one of the biggest accomplishments to happen in my career, especially from where I come from. We're really used to seeing people from outside of Kenya or outside of Africa on these type of platforms. So for that to happen and for it to be, an African face, like it's just such a milestone. And we literally just made that announcement today. So it's still kind of like sinking in. And yeah, and it's pretty cool.
What was going through your mind when you landed that partnership with Maybelline?
Well, we've been working on it for like a year and a half. And when I first heard that they were trying to contact me, I honestly didn't know how far it was going to go, because it's not the first time that, a lot of African artists, like we get like international brands coming in and wanting to kind of like expose themselves to the African market. But sometimes they're serious, sometimes they're not. So at first I was kind of like, it's not really going to be like all the way real. But I don't know, like the more I actually had meetings with them and when I had meetings with the team, it just became more and more real. And then when I found out like what the whole brand is about, I'm like, this is an attribute that matches my brand as well. So I don't know how to explain what was going through my mind, but even up until this point, even as we've announced it today, it's still like really surreal. But overall, I think it's well in, because like anybody who knows me knows, like when it comes to makeup, I'm like a stickler for the details. Like I love everything about makeup. I do my own makeup most of the time.
Okay.
I also work with makeup artists, but it's just been a huge part of my brand, like just being able to add that creativity to makeup, fashion, and then also with my songwriting and my music. So I think it's a really cool match.
Okay.
So yeah.
And by the way, the makeup looks really nice.
Thank you.
Definitely. Well, congratulations on that deal.
Thank you.
Okay. What can our listeners expect from, to hear or to get from you?
Oh my God. To expect a whole different flavor, like just something totally different from the norm. Afro pop music is dance music. It's hype. It's something that keeps you going. There's a lot of things that happen in our society back home. And so music is a way for us to just kind of let out our frustrations. And so that's why a lot of times when you hear Afrobeat music, it's mostly up tempo. It's dance music. I mean, we have people, I know that there's people here who come up from the gutter, but like at home, the gutter is actually the actual gutter, like inside of the gutter, like, you know what I mean? So it's music that helps us get out of those situations and to get our mind away from those situations. And you'd be surprised, like even when you come to like certain parts of Kenya, like where I come from, it's one of the biggest slums in the world. It's called Kibera. And when you go there, there's actually so much life. Like despite the poverty and things going on, there's so much life. Like kids, there's music going on. There's bright colors everywhere. We call them kiosks, but they're like little shops, and you just see different colors like lime green and orange, and it's just a lot of activity. And when the music kind of just helps us get out of that kind of the mind frame of where you're actually at. It kind of helps you escape. So that's what I think for me. Afrobeat music is very. I mean, from where it started from and to what it is now, I think it's very dance oriented, but for the most part, it's also very conscious music.
Who are you working with right now with your music, like producer wise, and any collaborations with any artists?
Well, I actually just finished another project with Tehran from Our City. I don't know if you've heard of Our City before. They are dynamic artists and songwriters from the Virgin Islands, but they've written songs from everyone from Rihanna to Beyonce to Sierra. Like I think most of her new stuff right now, and it's just an honor to be able to work with other artists like outside of Africa as well. So right now, that's probably the next project you're gonna hear from me, and I'm gonna be working with some other producers as well here in Atlanta. Yeah, man, like holler at me, producers. I'm down to work. Like for me, it's all about taking Africa to the world and experimenting with different sounds and collaborating with one another and not just staying in that one box. So just look out for it.
Totally. Okay, well, is there anything else you want to promote that I didn't ask you about?
You know what? I think the most important thing is for me to uplift people as much as I can, have people get to know more about me and my music. I'm definitely going to have more of a presence, especially in 2019, in America and in the rest of the world, and just kind of stepping outside of that box in Africa and to do more on this side. So just keep up with me. Follow me on my social media handles. My Instagram is at Victoria Kimani. Kimani is Kimani. Twitter, Victoria_Kimani. And if you want to check out my music videos, I've got so many videos, and I've shot most of them in the motherland, somewhere between South Africa. I shoot videos in Nigeria, also in Kenya. So definitely check out my music, man. Like I've been grinding, I've been working, and it's just a whole different vibe. Like
Definitely. Well, it was a pleasure speaking with you. Again, congratulations on your successes.
Thank you.
The Maybelline deal. I mean, I see you just, sky's the limit for you.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully one day I can make it to Africa because I've been wanting to go.
Listen, come to Africa because, like, you'd be so surprised how much you have in common with just the people around. Like,
right.
It's just such a totally different vibe. The food is natural. The weather's like, Kenya is right on the equator. So it's not too hot. Like, people have this perception that Africa is like this hot, poverty-stricken place with no cars, and it's like just everyone just needs to kind of re-educate themselves and come back home and come and experience it, and then you'll be so addicted, like you're not going to want to leave.
And a lot of people
parties
travel
are crazy
there. A lot of people, they travel there, and you just can't really go about what the media shows on TV. Like
the media is like, I mean, like outside of that, we also have a very like urban community. There's a hip hop community. We have
because they're very familiar with
like
music.
We're exposed to the same things that people are exposed to in America. We have access to pretty much everything for the most part. And don't get me wrong, there's definitely things happening in our society. Like I said, the gutter there is actually when I say the gutter, I mean like in the trenches, and where I can't begin to explain how low to the bottom it can be. But also, we have extreme wealth in Africa, like oil, diamonds, gold. Like it's we have so much, wealth inside of in each individual country, and outside of that, we do face certain issues like corruption and different kind of things that keep our people away from that wealth. But it's just something you have to explore, man. Everyone needs to come home. We could have this conversation for hours. I don't want to talk your head off about Africa, man, but definitely come home. And I say home because it's your home for real.
Gotcha, definitely.
Yeah.
Again, thank you for checking in and speaking with Hip Hop Weekly.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.